Good evening, guys. I'm audible. Good evening, guys. Good evening, all. How is your day? Let's start our today's topic. Wait, why my stream is not? Oh, okay, good. It's good. Okay. Let's start our today's topic, guys. Yesterday we have completed with. I think yesterday we are done with list. Vector, right? You guys already know stack. What is a stack? Stack is explained before itself. And now today we will see queue and set, guys. Okay. Today we will see queue and set. Here this in this some part is missing. If you see the collections, if you see the original hierarchy, it is not like that. It is modified. Okay. Let it be. I will explain you. Okay. Let it be. I will explain you. Today we will go discuss with queue first. In queue there are two types. In queue we have two types, guys. One is priority queue, array queue. We will see each and everything. Okay. We will see each and every part. First of all, let's see what is a queue. Okay. Let's see what is a queue. Tell me what is a queue, guys. In general, what is a queue? In general words, what is a queue? As fast you respond. Today we will complete collections. Tomorrow we need to complete multi-threading and exception handling. Okay. If you respond fast only, queue follows those who come first. They will be treated first, right? Those who reserved first, they will get chance first. First in, first sir. You know this concept? First in, first sir. Queue follows same. First in, first out. But not all times, guys. But not all times. Only in certain times it follows first in, first out. We will see when that follows something. First main thing is queue is not index based. Okay, we cannot access elements based on a queue, based on index. We cannot access elements in a queue based on the index. Second point, queue allows duplicates, guys. You can add duplicate elements into a queue. You can add duplicates element into queue. Okay. Then generally queue follows first in first out, but not always. Most of the times it follows first in first out. Those who come first, they will serve first. That means those who have registration registered the class for the classes, for them they will get offers. Am I correct? Like that? Most of the offers will be like this. Those who come first, for them they will provide offers. Those who come at the last, they won't provide nothing, right? And then if you see, linked list and array DQ follows first in first out. What is linked list, what is array DQ, we will see here. Okay. Now in this I will have a main method. Inside main method I will create a queue. Now let me take integer type. Okay. If you see here, guys, it is available array DQ. Array DQ. Okay. You know what is array, right? Difference between array and list. Linked list. You know the difference. Array is based on index. It is implemented based on the arrays. But linked list is implemented based on the data structure. Now, queue provides some methods, guys. Add value. Now I will add some values here. Like this I have added. And I have told you, right, another queue is there. Now I will write one more queue also. Okay. See, guys, now if you observe, same methods, add with 10, 20, 5. I will add the same methods. Okay, same values itself. Now I will print both the queues, guys. Okay, I will print both the queues. If you check the output, if you see the output here, queue allows duplicates. You can see queue allows duplicates, and elements are stored in the queue based on the insertion order, right? Elements are stored based on the inserted order. Am I correct? How we have inserted? In that order only elements are inserted. Am I correct? Respond guys. If you respond only, I will complete this. How we have inserted? In the same order, elements are arranged in the queue, right? And there is a one more queue, guys. Okay, it is a priority queue. Priority queue. Okay, it follows the either comparable or comparable implementation. I will see you. Okay, I will explain you. Wait. Let me delete this. Okay, let it be. Okay. Now priority DQ. There is a queue called priority DQ, guys. Okay, there is a queue of type priority DQ. It follows the natural sorting order, guys. Okay, if you are not providing any sorting order, it will provide natural sorting order. If you want to sort, you can use comparable interface, right? You know comparable. You know comparable. Am I correct, guys? I think so. I have explained. Compare to method also I have explained you. Based on that, it will arrange the elements. Based on the sorting order, it will arrange the elements, guys. Okay. Now let me add all the things. Okay. I will add the same elements here, but in place of q, I will replace with a. If you see now, guys, I have added same elements in array list. That means array DQ, and the same elements in priority queue. But elements are arranged in the sorting order. Am I correct, guys? Based on the sorting order. Are you able to see? Based on the sorting order, elements are arranged. Am I sorting anywhere? If you see, am I sorting anywhere in my program? No, right? I am not performing any sorting technique here. But elements are arranged in the sorted order in my queue, right? Because priority queue follows sorting order, okay? It follows sorting order. Understood, guys? And we will see what are the methods provided by the queue, okay? Add first, add last, pull first, pull last, peak first, peak last, okay? These are the methods present in DQ class. If you see this, in Q, one more DQ is there, right? DQ. The methods present in DQ are, I will tell differences between Q and DQ. DQ is also a type of queue, but there are some differences. As we discussed yesterday, list have some methods, right? Add method, contain all, retain all, remove all. Some methods are there. Now, like that only, in array DQ also we have some methods. Let's see what that methods are. Okay, let's see. Okay, before this, let me help you to q dot peak. Did you know this, guys? Peak method. Peak and pull, guys. These are the methods added extra in a queue, guys. Okay. Peek and pull. Peek and pull are the methods which are added extra to a queue. Peek method. If you see this, peek method will give you the data. Will give the data. That means first in, first out. The whichever element added at the first, it will show you, but it never delete from the queue, guys. Okay, it never delete from the queue. But pull method, it will give you the first added element and it will delete the element, guys. If you see, let me run this. The first added element is 10. After this I will print, wait. By this you can understand. Peak is first in, first out. Whichever element added at the first, it will give you. Okay, see, it is given. But after that also, if I print the array, that means if I print the queue, the element is there, it is not deleted. Okay, after giving that also, element is present, it is not deleted from the list. Are you able to see it, guys? Please respond. And whenever I use pull method, whenever I call pull method, it will give you the element and it will delete the element from the list. It will give and delete the element. Clear with this? Any doubt with Q? If you are clear with Q, I will go with DQ. I will go with DQ, guys. Okay. Now here I am using array DQ. Directly I am using array DQ. In this, let me add this. Okay, same methods. Let me delete this. I need to store it in a DQ interface, guys. Okay, DQ, because list is a different interface. If I perform list, only list methods can be accessed, but I need to access methods of a DQ. That's why I am taking reference of DQ. If you want, you can take directly array DQ, but here I am performing upcasting. If you want, you can take directly. Okay, let it make simple for you. Okay, I am only using array DQ. In array DQ, I will add elements. I have added some elements, guys. In array DQ, I have added some elements. Now see, pull first and pull last. Are you able to see this, guys? If you see, pull first and pull last, the name itself says pull first means it will give the first element, first in, first out. Pull last means first in, last out. Okay, that means last in, first out. Pull last. If I write like this, the last added element will be given. Pull last means it will work as a stack, guys. Okay, inside stack, The last added element will be given, right, for you. Like that, pool last will work. Pool last and peak last. Same as the if I print this, element is deleted, right? Pool method. What does pool method do, guys? It will give you the element and it will delete the element. It will give you and it will delete the element. Am I correct? Same as this. Peak first. Peak first means it will give you the first in first out. First added element. Okay. Understood, guys? These are the special features of a DQ. And some other features are there. See, getting elements is done. Now I can add the elements in both the ways, guys. Okay. I can add element in first. I can add element in last also. Okay. Add last. Whenever I call add last method, if I enter a value, it will be added at the end, guys. Okay. If I use add first, it will be added at the first place. Okay. It's very simple, guys. That's why I'm doing very fastly. Add last method will add element at the end of the list. Add first method will add element at the first of the list. Okay. First place. Understood, guys? If you see, there is no add with index method. We can't add elements with index. Okay. As like list, we can't add elements based on the index. In queue, we can add elements at first place, we can add elements at the last place, but we cannot add elements in between the list. It is not possible to add elements in between the list. That means in between the queue. Let's see some theory part. Okay. Difference between queue and DQ. Elements can be added at only one end, right? Inside queue, you can add element at the end. That means one by one, you can add like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. You can add elements like this, but in DQ, you can add elements like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In both the sides, you can add elements and you can get the elements, guys, in DQ. In DQ, you can add and you can get the elements from both the ends. From left and right, you can add elements and you can get elements. But in Q, you can add elements in the right side itself and you can get elements from the left side. Is that clear? Is that clear, guys? If you say clear, we will go with set and we will start exception handling. This is a simple topic, guys. You guys need to practice, that's it. Go and practice every method. It is very easy topic, okay? Now we will go with set. Set, guys. Set is a collection of distinct or unique elements. What this means, guys? Set is a type of list which will never allow duplicates. Which will never allow duplicates. Whenever you are using a set, it never allow duplicates, guys. Okay. If someone say delete duplicates from a array, directly store elements into a set, guys. Okay. Directly store that elements into a set. It will never allow duplicates. Okay. See here. And one more point is set is not index based. It is also not a index based operation. Set is an interface. We know that. What are the classes that perform set operations are? Has set, link is has set. We will use these two more, guys. Okay. Forget about this tree set. You will get into advanced topics. But according to our core Java, has set and linked has set are a type of set. We will use that. As I told you, I will provide a material for you guys. Okay. I will provide material for you. Don't worry, I will provide material. You are all having your Google Classroom, right? If you have any doubts, you can contact in Google Classroom, and this material will be posted in that Google Classroom. And let's see some examples of set. Okay. Let's see some examples of a set. Now I am making integer type. Done, guys. Now I will add elements into the set. Add 10, 20, 30. Now again I will add 10. Okay. 20. Now what is a set, guys? It never allows duplicates, right? It will never allow duplicates. Let's see if duplicates are removed or not. Only 20, 40, 10, 30 are added. Only 20, 40, 10, 30 are added, guys. And it is arranged in a different order, right? It is not following insertion order. It is not following any other order, right? It is following a different order. If it follows insertion order, 10, 20, 30, 40 should be there. But it is getting 20, 40, 10, 30. It removes duplicates. Clear, guys? Set never allows duplicates. Let me take one array, guys. Okay. Integer type array. Like this, I have an array. And someone told you that remove duplicates from this array. Okay. The question is, I have given an array, remove duplicates from the array. How to do it, guys? Take a for loop which will iterate. Here I am taking for each loop. Now I will add all the elements. After this, just I will print my set. That's how you can remove duplicates, guys. Okay, you need not to write any logic. If you see here, all the duplicates are removed, right? Only unique values are stored. Understood, guys? Is it clear? And we have discussed a problem, right? I have given two strings for you, two string arrays. From that, you need to delete duplicates and you need to store it in an array. You can use this method, guys. Okay, by using hash set, you can do it simply. In simple way, you can do it. Understood, guys? And after this, inside set there is a subtype, guys. As like DQ, we have a sorted set. Okay, as like DQ, we have a sorted set. Sorted set is an interface in which methods are first, last, head set, tile set, subset. You know sets, right? In general mathematics, you know sets. You know sets, am I correct, guys? Do you know about sets or not? In general mathematics, guys, set, union, yeah, that's all. Sorted set is works like this. See how it works. Let me create a sorted set for you. This is anonymous class, don't worry. Just let me check. Give me a minute, guys. I forgot that method. Just reset. Tree set is a sorted set, guys. Okay, tree set is a sorted set. In this, let me add some elements. S dot first method. First method will return you the first added value. Okay, if you see, if you print the list, the elements are arranged in a sorted order, guys. Okay, it is arranged on a sorted order. Only hash set follows random order. Linked hash set follows insertion order. Tree set follows sorting order. Okay, let me write here. Okay, Okay guys, tree set follows sorting order. It will sort the elements and it will store it in the list. After that, if you call first method, it will give you the first element. If you call last method, it will give you the last element. Okay, last element. And I have told you some methods are there, right? Head set, tile set, subset. Head set, tile set, subset. Let's see what those all are. Let me add some more elements. See here, guys. I have added these many elements. I have added these many elements. Now, see, just I will call. Sorry, headset. Okay. Tell me one element, guys. From this, tell me one element. Let me take 5. Are you able to see? Headset means what are the elements present before that element. Okay. What are the elements present before that element? All these elements are printed except that element. It will neglect that element. I have given element as 5. Whatever the elements present before this element, in front of this element, all these elements are given to you. But it will never give that element. Same as I will give tail set of 5. Tell me by the name itself you can say what is a tail set, guys? Tail set. We have half an hour time. If you respond fastly, yes. Whatever the elements present after the element, including that element, okay? Tail set will include that element. That means it will start from that and it will go to the end, okay? It is not after, it is at that position, okay? Tail set means including that element. Tail set means including that element. Headset means excluding that element. Understood, guys? No. Let me write for subset. Subset will accept two inputs. One is from where you need to start and then up to where you need. It will come 1 to 5. It will include 1 but it will exclude last value. Understood, guys? It includes the starting value. It excludes the ending value. It excludes the ending value. It includes the starting value. This is all about collections, guys. Okay, this is all about collections. Let me provide you attendance link. In this time, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. After attendance, we will start. After attendance, we will start multi-threading. Not multi-threading. We will start exception handling. Okay. Ask only doubts in today's class. Okay. Today's topic doubts, not previous topics. Yeah, guys, you can see your attendance link, the chat box. Go and fill it. After attendance, I will answer all the questions. Okay? Ask your questions. I will answer all the questions at a time. Is it done, guys? Done. Let's go with the questions. First in, first out means it will delete the first element. Based on the method you are calling. If you call a pool method, it will delete the element. If you call pick method, it will just return the element. Okay. If you call pool method, it will delete the element. If you call pick method, it will just return the element. Difference between set and DQ. Okay. Set never allows duplicates, guys. Okay. Set will never allow duplicates. Q allows duplicates, right? It is the basic difference. And let's start our multi-threading concept. Not multi-threading, sorry. Tomorrow we will start multi-threading. Today we will start exceptional handling. Okay. Today we will start exception handling. Exception means. Tell me, guys, what is mean by exception? Okay. Let me show. Okay. In general, what is exception? In general words, what is exception, guys? Tell me first of all, what is error? What is error? If you write any mistakes, If you write any mistakes, it will throw error, right? At the compile time, it will throw error. If you write any mistakes in your code, it will throw error at compile time. Assume that if you are going in this way, assume that this is a road. You are in a car, okay? You are in a vehicle. Due to some errors, you are stopped. Due to some engine problems, car issues, you have stopped traveling. That it is a error. But if you find any obstacle here, assume that here some obstacle is there. Suddenly one obstacle is found. This we call it exception, guys. We don't know. It may come or not. We can't say it, right. Definitely there will be obstacle. Maybe there is a chance of getting the obstacle. That we call it exception, guys. If you got exception, whenever you are traveling, if you got exception, what we will do? We will take another route, right? We will take another route. We will handle that exception and we will move on. In same Java also. Exception is an event which occurs at runtime. Exceptions are at runtime, guys, okay? Whatever the exceptions you will face, those all the exceptions are at runtime. It is also known as unaccepted error. You cannot accept it. That means you cannot think that it will definitely come. There is a chance of coming that error. It will never say that the error will occur definitely. There is a chance of getting that error. Unexpected. Without expectation. You are getting that error. That means you can call it exception. In another way, you can call exception as a runtime error. You can call exceptions as a runtime error. And tell me, guys, if there is any error in my code, can I able to run it? Can I able to compile it? If there is any error in my code, can I able to run it? No. At the compile time itself, it will throw errors, right? Errors can't be handled, guys. Only errors can be modified. That means by using debugging, by using line by line, we will check the errors and we will resolve the errors. That's it. We can't handle the errors. And what is the exception means? What is the main thing of exception? It will stop the execution abnormally, guys, okay? Assume that. Let me create one package here. Now see, guys, I will write a for loop here. Tell me, guys, what is this? I am writing a reverse for loop and I am dividing 10 with all the numbers. Okay, if you see 10 by 10 is 1, like that all are came, but whenever I try to divide with it 0, what is that? When I do division, guys, when I do division with 0, what is it? You see, if I do like this, 10 by 0, is it possible, guys? Is it possible 0 by 0? No, right? 10 by 1 is possible, 0 by 1 is possible, but 1 by 0 is not possible. Am I correct? Yeah, you cannot say, right? If you see this program, I can able to run it. I am not able to find any error in this, right? If you see this program, I am not able to find any error. I can able to write it. I can able to execute also. But at the time of execution, I am getting a exception, guys. Exception. What is that exception? Arithmetic expression. Because I am performing a arithmetic operation here. That's why I am getting a arithmetic exception. And when you working on strings and arrays, you will get a null pointer exception, right? When you are trying to access element which is not present, at that time you will get null pointer exception. If you try to run a class without a main method, at that time you will get an exception. If you try to access a class which is not present, at that time you will get class not found exception. See here, if I write in reverse order, okay, just see, I equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Tell me, guys, only the first iteration is not possible, right? In this, if I run it, I got the exception and my program is stopped. But if I skip the first iteration, remaining all iterations is possible, right? It can be divisible by 1, it can be divisible by 2. Am I correct, guys? Only with 0 is not possible. Remaining all iterations is possible, right? But it is not working for me. So, to skip the iterations, that means to skip the risky code. We call it risky code, guys. Which code is responsible for getting exception? We call it risky code. The code which is responsible for getting an exception is called risky code. We will handle that exception. We will handle that risky code using try and catch. Okay, try and catch, the name itself tells. First try, if it is error, catch the exception. If there is no error, execute that program. Okay, see how it will be. I will remove this, try and catch block inside this, and tell me, guys, which type of exception is possible here? Arithmetic exception. See here, error is gone, right? But the remaining steps also are not executing. At the time, what we need to do is, what is the risky code in my line, guys? In this code, what is the risky part which is responsible for getting exception? In this program, which is responsible for getting exception? Which line is responsible? Tell me just line number. This operation is responsible, right? Division operation is responsible, right? So I will take this in a try and catch block. If you see that iteration is skip, remaining all iterations are executed as it is, right? Remaining all steps are executed as it is. Understood, guys? This is the way we handle exceptions. For handling exceptions, we have many ways. That means we have two ways to handle the exceptions, and we have lot of exceptions. Okay, we will discuss each and every one. Today we will try to complete the exception topic. And one thing, guys, every exception is a class in a Java. Every exception is a predefined class. Note this point. Every exception is a predefined class in Java. Every exception is a predefined class in Java. Okay. And there are two types of exceptions, guys. Okay. And there are two types of exceptions. One is, if you see here, how we start. Okay. See this. Okay. See this. See this hierarchy. You can able to see it and you can find it in Google, guys. If it is not visible, go and Google it. There are two types of exceptions mainly. One is checked exception and unchecked exceptions. Okay, checked and unchecked exceptions. These are the two types we have in Java. In Java, mainly exceptions are divided into two types. One is checked exceptions, one is unchecked exceptions. Okay, guys. Checked means compiler known exceptions. Whenever you are compiling itself, the compiler throw the exception. Whenever you are compiling the code, at the time itself you get exception. It means error. It means error, guys. Checked exceptions means errors. Those we call it as errors. We can call it errors or checked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions are means runtime exceptions. The error which will occur at the runtime. If you see, if I write something syntax wrong, it is a exception, guys. Okay, it is a compile time exception. If I run here, exception in main thread, unresolved compilation error. Unresolved compilation error. It is a compile time exception. But if you see this, I'm not getting any error while compiling. But at the runtime, I'm getting error. This we call it runtime errors or unchecked exceptions, guys. Okay. This we call it runtime exceptions or unchecked exception. We will discuss each and everything. First, to handle exceptions, we will use try and catch block. We will use try and catch block to handle exceptions. The syntax for writing exceptions are try and catch block. Try, open brace and close brace. Here inside this open brace and close brace, you need to write the risky code. The code which is responsible for getting exception. You need to write that. Understood guys? Inside catch block, you need to mention the type of exception. Which type of exception it will get. If you know that, you can directly give that name. Otherwise, you can directly give exception. Okay? Because every exception is a class. As I said, every exception is a class. And it extends exception interface. Okay? Every exception is a class. Every exception is a class which extends exception. That means you can directly replace with exception. If you know that it will get arithmetic expression, you may use arithmetic expression. If you know it will get null pointer exception, you can use null pointer exception. Otherwise, you can directly specify exception. Okay guys, here this E is a object reference. This E is the object reference of this exception. This E variable is a object reference of this exception. You can use which variable you want. Whichever you want, you can use that variable. It is not mandatory to use E itself. You can use, I will use F. You can use which variable you want. And then, if you see here, the points are written clearly. Unchecked exceptions are also known as compile time errors. Compiler known exceptions. You guys will never respond. Just I will explain in detail and I will close the batch. And there is a method guys. Print stack trace is a method which will give you the detailed information about that exception. You are getting an exception, it is okay, good. But for the user, you need to tell right what is the reason for getting that exception. To provide that reason, there is a method called print stack trace. It is a non-static method. See here, like this, f dot print stack trace. If I call this method, Java arithmetic expression, it is giving me the detailed information about that exception. Okay, this method will tell you the reason for getting exception. And there is one more method guys, get message. It is also a method which will provide brief information. Okay, get message, it is also a method which is used to, but it is not getting here. Which will give about the exception. And you guys already know final keyword, right? You guys already know final keyword. Final keyword is used to make constants in a class. If you make a class as final, tell me guys, if you make class as a final, what it will happen? If I write class as a final, what is happen? If you respond, I will go further, otherwise I will close the class. Okay, leave it. You guys already know about final keyword. If you remember, it's good. Otherwise, go and revise it. There is a block called finally block, guys. Okay, it is related to exceptions. Finally block is related to exceptions. Whenever you write a finally block, it is written in catch block. Okay, finally block. Finally is a block of code. Why I'm getting this again? Finally is a block of code which will execute every time. Okay, either if you get exception or if you don't get exception, it will get executed. Okay, see here. I will. I don't handle this exception. Okay, see guys. Without writing a try and catch block, you cannot write finally block. Understood? Because finally is related to exceptions. Whenever you are handling exception at that time only, let me write only one itself. If you see here, there is no output from my print statement, right? That means exception is handled. Okay, let me write something here. I got exception now, but in the exception also, I can able to print this statement, right? Finally block means if you got an exception also, the block of code will execute. Just for you, I will comment this. See, if I got an exception, for loop is terminated, right? If you see, is it able to perform that operation? I'm not getting that value. But if I write finally block, every time if exception occurred also, it will get executed. Okay, in the exception also it will get executed. Finally is a block of code which will execute every time of exception. Either if you get exception or not, it will get executed. Okay, then in exception handling, we have some default keywords, guys. These keywords are reserved for exception handling. For example, throws. Throws is a keyword which is used to indicate the exception. Now we have discussed one way of handling the exception, that is try and catch, right? We have tried using try and catch block. Now we will see another way. Okay, we will see another way. Here I know that I will get a exception. Now I know that this method will get a exception. That's why I'm using throws keyword and I'm telling that you will get a exception. See, throws keyword to use the propagate the exception. Propagate means it will inform the user that you will get a exception. Okay. Now we will see some examples for that. File not found exception. There is a class called file reader. When you are getting a file from the system, at that time you will get a class not found exception, guys. Okay. File not found exception. This interrupted exception will be learned in while multi-threading concept. While you are working, see, thread.sleep. That means while you are working, I came suddenly and I interrupt you. That means I came you to stop that work. At that time, your work is interrupted. At that time, it will throw interrupted exception. Okay. Throws keyword. See here. Throws exception. Same example, right? For the same example, I have used an throws keyword. And we will go with unchecked exceptions. Unchecked exceptions means unchecked means it is a runtime exception. Same 10 by 0. If I give 10 by 0 directly, it is a checked exception. If I give from the user input, user may enter any number of values. He may enter 0 by 0, he may enter 10 by 0. At that time, I will get unchecked exceptions, guys. Okay. See here. Let me write this code, okay, for you. Tell me, guys, how many elements are there? How many elements are there in my array? How many elements are there in my array? What is the size of my? If you see here, I am using equal to method. That means I am referring the last index also. Okay. After that, I will print some message. Okay. After that, I will print some message. Now, after printing 1 high, 2 high, 3 high, 4 high, 5 printed high. But this for loop will iterate for 6 times. But I am getting an exception called array index out of bound exception. That means I am referring a element that which is not present. So I will write this code in try and catch block. Okay. You know the type of which type of exception you are getting. So that's why I'm specifying a type of exception. If you don't know the type of exceptions, you can directly give exception. If you see that exception is handled and high is printed for the one more time. Are you able to see it, guys? Understood? This is about unchecked exceptions. Okay. 90% of your exception handling is completed. Only one topic is there, guys. That is Custom exceptions. We will discuss these custom exceptions in tomorrow's class. What is a custom exceptions? How to create our own exception? How to give that exception? We will discuss tomorrow, and we will start multi-threading, and we will close this batch tomorrow. Okay? We will close core Java classes by tomorrow. I have told you, I have informed you. After completion of your course, I will provide a good material for you. You will get your material in the Google Classroom. I, that's it, guys. That's all for today. Bye bye. Good night. See you. See you all tomorrow.